Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. I raise a matter of urgent national importance with regard to the recent issue that featured in the news items on the TV and the radios regarding a child that was discovered acutely malnourished in my constituency. This child had been battered and mistreated by the carer, who is known to be an auntie, a sister to the father. Mr. Speaker, the brief story is that the child's parents separated. The father practices witchcraft in Chenjojo district. The mother failed to look after the kids and dumped them with the sister to the father, and also gave up, and I'm told came back to Kampala and got married somewhere. The one who received the kids, the Nabukera, the sister to the father, equally negated on her roles to parent, look after these kids. But not only that, she mistreated and battered these children. There were 2 of them. Unfortunately, the sickly child, Slight, the 12-year-old, who, if you saw him, you shed tears because he doesn't even look like a 4-year-old, was acutely malnourished. She used to tie him on a banana plantation, on a banana tree, that he could not move away to the community to see him. Mr. Speaker, I raise this as an issue of urgent national importance for 2 reasons. One, myself, and I believe most of us, members of parliament, and many Ugandans, have not been raised necessarily by our own parents. And the African way of raising children has been that children are children of the community, that everybody cares about whoever's child, that when you grow up, you will not mess up anyhow in the village simply because you're a child of so-and-so. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, when I went to this village, Nyigara, to find out why the villagers ignored such an act against the child, I was informed that they know the woman Nabukera to be a witch doctor, and that's why they all feared to talk about it, because they knew it would have repercussions against them. Mr. Speaker, the good news is that the 2 children were recovered, were saved. The sickly child has been resuscitated, but our prayer, or my prayer, is that government comes in to assist. The entire health center 4 had only capacity to resuscitate this child and get him back. They cannot get him back to normal. He needs specialized treatment and care. He needs a nutritionist to help him on what he eats and then recover properly. But also, Mr. Speaker, the news of the one Sebanga is still fresh in our minds. Sebanga had faced a similar situation, but even after he was resuscitated, he recovered to normal, but he finally died. Our suspicions are that this acute malnutrition and mistreatment might have caused this child some other impairments that would like to seek the intervention of government. We transfer the child to Mulago Hospital, and then he can receive tests of the liver functionality, the heart, and the others to be sure what we are dealing with. 2, Mr. Speaker, I want to commend or to salute one lady called Mrs. Murumba. She's a director in one of the schools here. She gave me a call recently, and they were able to support these children. There are 2 of them, but the one in a very bad shape is Slight. I have resettled the young one, Bashir, in my home to closely monitor him and see how well he picks up, because now they are homeless, they are childless. But to make an appeal, Mr. Speaker, that we as leaders and also both the state and non-state actors get involved in mobilizing our communities, our people, our parents, back to their roles as parents. When I went to the health center 4, the nurses told me that they were suspicious. There are some few other children in the community who are like this one. I told them, no, I will frustrate you to go and pick them up. In 2 days, Mr. Speaker, we got 8 children, not necessarily in acute malnutrition like Slight, but they were equally abandoned and malnourished. We have them at the health center 4. We have arrested the parents. But you see, after arresting the parents have other children in the home that they are looking after. It's also confusing. You have to, somehow you have to care for those children they have left home, and either release the mother or the father to take care of them. But the appeal is for us as leaders to really drumbeat this call, and also to cross-check within our constituencies. I never knew this was happening until I came face to face with it, that it can also be done and help our constituencies. And finally, Mr. Speaker, is to seek the support of those who can, that we can remedy the current situation and give this child and the others that we have a better life like our own children. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have a